It began like any other day in Athens, Georgia. A crisp February morning in 2024. Students on the University of Georgia campus were heading to classes, sipping coffee, scrolling their phones. Among them was 22-year-old Laken Riley, a bright, compassionate nursing student with a passion for helping others. Laken had transferred from Augusta University and was known among her peers for her fierce work ethic and radiant personality. A devoted Christian, loving daughter, and supportive friend, she had dreams of becoming a pediatric nurse. Laken lived a quiet life. She spent her time studying, volunteering, and exercising. That morning, she went out for a routine jog near Lake Herrick, a wooded, serene part of campus where she often ran to clear her mind. But that day, something went terribly wrong. Hours passed, and her roommate grew concerned when she didn't return. A call was made to the police. What followed would become a tragedy that sent shockwaves across the nation. Laken's body was discovered later that day in a wooded area behind the intramural fields. She had been brutally assaulted, her skull fractured in a violent attack. The brutality of the murder stunned investigators. There were no immediate suspects, no witnesses, but the search for justice had already begun. Police quickly secured the crime scene and pulled surveillance footage from nearby locations. They followed a trail of evidence, physical clues, security videos, digital tracking. It led them to a man named José Antonio Ibarra. He was just 26 years old. An undocumented immigrant from Venezuela who had crossed into the United States illegally in 2022. Ibarra's story was complicated. He had a criminal record, arrested in New York for endangering the welfare of a child. Yet somehow, he had remained in the country. He moved to Athens, Georgia, where he lived in government housing with family members and reportedly worked odd jobs. According to authorities, Ibarra had no prior connection to Laken. Their paths crossed purely by chance. The motive? Still unclear. Some believe it was a robbery gone wrong. Others say it was an impulsive, senseless act of violence. What is certain is that Laken had no idea the danger that awaited her that day. As news of the arrest broke, outrage spread. Not only because of the horror of the crime, but because it reignited fierce debate about immigration policies. Why, many asked, was Ibarra not deported after his prior offenses? Could this crime have been prevented? The grief of Laken's family was immeasurable. Her mother, Tracy, called her daughter a light in a dark world, a girl who believed in kindness, service, and faith. Her sister, who also attends UGA, was devastated. Friends remembered her as someone who never let others feel alone. The university community held vigils. Fundraisers were launched. A scholarship fund was created in Laken's name. Students marched for safer campus measures. But none of it could bring her back. The tragedy also became a flashpoint in national politics. Politicians and protesters weighed in. The case became a symbol, for some, of failed immigration control. For others, of deeper issues in law enforcement and public safety. Today, Ibarra awaits trial. Prosecutors are preparing to pursue the harshest penalties. Laken's family remains steadfast in their call for justice. They have vowed to keep her memory alive, not as a victim, but as a young woman who wanted to heal others. This story is more than just headlines. It's about a vibrant life cut short, a family broken, and a community searching for answers. It's a story that asks not only how this could happen, but what must change to ensure it never happens again. Laken Riley should have been planning her future. Instead, her loved ones are left with memories and a mission to seek justice, promote safety, and make sure her voice echoes far beyond the halls of her university. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider supporting organizations that advocate for campus safety and victims' rights. Share Laken's story. Keep her memory alive. And remember, behind every headline is a life worth honoring. Subscribe for true crime stories.